BPod Studios.
Oh, you know how that goes. You know what? We're just going to go this forever. Just this one forever. It's easier. This hour of Toucher and Hardy's brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more with FanDuel. You think that's all right? If we just did that every time? Yeah. The other one's a little wordy.
Sure, just trying to mix it up, but no, we're good. Whatever you're good with.
You ever want me to get down for 10 seconds on FanDuel? I'll talk all about it, especially after the Super Bowl. I did well on FanDuel.
Well, you know that it was like I hit a scratcher. Like I just had luck. Luck be the lady. It was not. I don't profess to know anything about sports gambling, but the Super Bowl I cleaned up. I did think though. I'm like they got a rookie kicker, San Francisco. Remember the whole San Francisco game against the Lions? They were like. All the talk leading up to it is if it comes down to a field goal, they got this young kid, he's screwed up a bunch. Michigan kid. And then, he was great at Michigan. He was a draft pick, which is really a dumb draft pick. I mean, Vinatieri and all those guys, none of them were drafted.
I don't understand what you're talking about. The Patriots have always had great success drafting kickers.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is just...
in the fourth round.
Well, the Jets took a kicker in the second round. They took Nugent in the second round. I think you're better off because at least Ray Guy should be a Hall of Famer, and he was a first-round punter. But so I took anyway. Long story longer is short story long. I took the kid to miss an extra point, and the odds were phenomenal. And I told you, I put more money than I normally would, and it was plus 750.
Well, I told you I got will there be an overtime? Yes, at plus 1100, and cleaned up on that. And did it again last night. Watch this, Fred, because I said, will there be overtime in the Bruins Lightning game? And there was. Billy Jaffe joins us now.
Oh, look at that. My God. There's nothing else you need to do in this interview, sir. You just sit back.
Was there overtime? Was even money?
Jesus.
Billy Jaffe is a Bruins analyst for NESN, and he is delivered by Granite City Electric's GC Night Train. Electrical contractors. Come here. Come here, guys. Sit down. Take a seat. Let's get on board this GCE Night Train, all right? Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Everyone who's not an electronical contractor, plug your effing ears. You don't need to hear this. Just go to gcenighttrain.com. Billy's in studio.
What are you guys doing with all that money you've made recently? What are we going to do?
Oh, it's just sitting in my FanDuel account that I'm now going to use.
I'm going through a divorce, so I'll give it to the lawyers. We're in month 20, so I'm just going to funnel it to them.
I'm going to be a lot smarter with
it. It's actually the truth.
No.
I know.
What's awesome is my divorce isn't contentious.
I know.
It's not.
I know.
And it's still taking forever. And so I was just telling Hardy this. I'm going to tell this on the air. There's this... they go, when do you want this one thing to happen? And I'm like, 10 a.m. And then you were right, 10 a.m. And so then I get something back going, do you want it at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m.? Well, what I just literally said, 10 a.m. is when I would like that to happen. Your suggestion was 10 a.m. I was complimenting you on your suggestion.
You figured it out. It is racking up billable hours.
They seem like nice people, the lawyers, but there is a lot of confusion on things that I feel are. And I'll go to Hardy because he's there, and I'll go, does this sound obtuse to you? And he'll go, no, I get it. And I'll go, huh. Like if I go, 10 a.m. and they go 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Well, I just said 10 a.m. in writing.
Another billable hour. Ding.
It's not an hour. It's 0.15 hours. Times 3, because there's 3 people on the email.
Sure.
All right. Billy Jaffe.
Good morning, guys.
Happy Valentine's Day, Billy.
Yes.
Did you do anything for Victoria for Valentine's Day? Did you do anything for your daughter like I did for my daughter? I got her something?
Not yet. I will be later. Oh. Victoria and I don't do the Valentine's Day thing, ever.
Oh, it must break her heart.
We've never done it.
It must break her heart, ever. And
no, she was the one who didn't want
Yeah, right.
Even when the
relationship
relationship was new, you did nothing?
Nothing. Every day was Valentine's Day then.
There you go. There you go.
Well done, Billy.
No, we never did. We honestly never did.
How long have you been growing apart like this?
Maybe I'll call you for your services.
I got to tell you, it sounds like you're headed that way.
No, that's actually why we're so together, is because we don't
sounds
need
like
this day.
Not even a greeting card.
No.
My ex-wife would demand greeting cards.
Never. I'm being honest. If I don't have a great memory, but if we did 20-something years ago, I've forgotten about it. But Victoria, all kidding aside, she's the best in that regard. No BS. Has never cared about Valentine's Day.
I'm going to ask you a Beanpot question because you were calling the Beanpot.
Loved it. Yeah, had a great time.
How many kids out of those 4 teams make the NHL? Have a possibility of making the NHL? Approximately.
Well, you think about. You start with BU. Only because Macklin Celebrini there is going to be the number one, most likely overall pick.
Right.
So there's one there. They have a couple of other kids. Green, a centerman there. They've got a couple of big power forwards that could end up. LaChance, youngster could play. I got to think about this, Fred. But give me because BC is loaded with 4 or 5 guys.
2 forwards.
I'm thinking between those 2 teams alone. Let's say. I could think of 8 for sure.
That's amazing.
Is it?
Okay, and then Northeastern probably's got a kid or 2 that could go into the NHL.
Oh, yeah. Their youngster, Whitehead, goalie, he's a draft pick. Doesn't mean anything yet. He's going to get, when he gets older, he's getting opportunity. Absolutely.
That's crazy, though.
Harvard's got some draft picks as well.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Because seriously, you're at the Beanpot, and then there's, you're talking like a dozen kids, it sounds like, that could play in the NHL.
Maybe even more, given how stacked BC and BU are. Yeah. Alone, right there. And there's other players, too, that I'm just not,
I don't need an exact percentage, but has it changed over the years? Because there was a time, talking a long time ago, where a lot of players in the NHL were not coming out of college.
Correct.
Those players were coming up through.
It was rare, yeah.
Yeah, coming up through juniors and taking that.
I played at Michigan for the first guy who ever went from college right to the NHL, and Red Berenson.
So
that's a while ago.
Okay, go ahead.
So how much has the percentage changed, and why has it changed?
It has changed. 2 things have changed. 1, the amount of kids coming from college, and 2, the amount of American kids now coming into the National Hockey League has changed. Why the college route? Because a lot of players have realized that they have a longer runway going to college, and they can mature more, and they can get better. And many pro teams, while there's different ways to make it to the NHL, are fine with kids going to college for a couple of years. Forget the number 1 overall type kid. I'm talking about mid-rounders or kids that develop.
Right.
Because they don't have to pay for it. Their kids get drafted. They send them into a college. They're maturing under somebody else's watch and dime, so to speak, and it becomes almost a minor league in ways.
Okay.
Think about that. And it just the other thing about college is because so many kids take an extra, at least 1, if not 2 years of what's called juniors, okay? And it's not juniors where you lose your eligibility, but it's where you can go and play and still retain it and go to college at 20 years old. Some kids now are going to college turning 21 as
Mason
freshmen.
Lowry is an example of that, right?
Yeah, he went 2 years later after playing in Green Bay in the USHL. Yeah. So there's a maturation process they allow. So there's more of that. I don't have the exact numbers, but it's absolutely risen.
Well, baseball is the exact same way, is that it used to be that every kid was at a high school, and now teams are reticent to take high school, especially high school pitchers.
We're too young. There's too much unknown. And not to get into the weeds here because we got Bruins.
I like this talk, though.
I'm going to tell you this.
I think it transcends sports, and the Beanpot just happened. I think it's
I'm saying
the idea that you could go to a BC or BU game and essentially see, a
handful of
you could see,
you look at the one line at BC. One line is all 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, so that's
and then you've got another line that's got another first-round pick. You've got a Bruins. I think 2 Bruins picks on it as well, mid-round picks.
Yeah.
So you've got the goaltender for Boston College
is apparently amazing.
Is also a draft pick. So this is going. It's a fun look. Hockey East in general is having a mega year. There's a chance for them to have 5 teams make it to the NCAA tournament. A chance, 4 for sure, maybe 5. And you've got a plethora of great young players in the New England market right now. The Boston market itself to go out and watch, and a lot of them. My guess is there's half of these young studs will be gone after this year, though.
Yeah, but then they just seem to refresh it. You know, like what I'm saying. Like
they go through spells of good, where one team might get this and the other team gets that. Meaning colleges, both right now this year, the last couple of years, BC and BU, the recruiters have done a very good job.
Okay, so this might be only of interest to me and maybe Hardy because he's from there, and you'll know. But there's a school called Michigan Tech, and this might be interesting to people. It's in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Now, I have never been to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's further than Houghton. I think it's further than that.
I thought Tech was in Houghton and Northern was in
Northern.
Marquette.
I think it's Northern.
Northern's in Marquette.
Okay, whatever.
Anyways,
Michigan Tech's in the UP.
It's way up.
Okay, so the UP is so remote and such a weird place that they have a different accent than anywhere else in the world. It's a language. They use vocabulary that you've never heard. Like it's like talking to an alien. They're so far removed. They get snowed in. Well, what do you mean, Fred? You couldn't get your car out? They get snowed in where they can't leave the building they're in because the snow has gone over the windows and the doors, so they're literally trapped in their homes. They have to snowproof their homes so they can leave. Like, you know how like you get milk and bread and everyone goes, oh, would you get milk and bread? Well, I might not be able to get in the car. They can't leave their home. They're trapped. Like they die, literally die.
They snowmobile everywhere.
How? Yeah,
it
right.
Is the snowmobile capital of the US.
Adam was like his thrill-seeking snowshoe places. These people needed to survive. Yeah. So that's my Michigan Tech. Like has a good hockey team. Why the hell would anyone go there?
I don't know.
You must have been recruited there.
No, I was not. The only place, I ended up going to Michigan, and I talked to a few other teams in the we'll call it the West. It's really more the Midwest, but more Eastern teams for me. But no, Michigan Tech. They get a lot of Canadian kids that go there.
Oh,
obviously,
boy.
Right?
They got to be real hicks.
I never played at Tech. I went to Sault Ste. Marie. There's two Sues.
I know. Sault
Michigan
these are all
and Sault US.
Yeah.
Sault Canada.
Sault Ste. Marie is a place people go. I don't think this is like the Outback. This is like the
so I had
surviving Alaska.
I had a friend that went to Northern Michigan is the one in the UP, and Michigan Tech is in Houghton. But I know the one you're talking about.
Is Houghton not the UP?
Houghton is not in the UP.
Well, then it's at
I thought it was. Sorry.
Top of the mitten.
Close, yeah. But a friend of mine went to Northern Michigan.
Okay,
the one is like
Michigan.
way up there.
Yeah.
And he sent me a picture of his first year, and there was a wall of snow on either side of the sidewalk going from the one dorm building to the one academic building.
That's in
and
August.
It had to have been like 12 feet high. And it's like, no, you're just in these like ice tunnels and caves for the entire winter.
It's like Antarctica. It's like living in Antarctica.
Awesome.
And they talk in like they disappear in the woods. It's a whole situation.
But they've got hockey players.
But people go play hockey.
It's harder and harder though to recruit high-end kids up there. Doesn't mean you don't get kids every few years that make it out of there, but it's harder and harder.
What's a school that was not on the hockey landscape 20 years ago that is now?
Quinnipiac.
Okay.
Quinnipiac, it's in New Haven, and they've built a mega program there. They won the national NCAA. Like they built a gorgeous rink. Now that's not in a remote tundra area, so to speak, but that was off the radar.
I'll give you something. How about this goaltender the Bruins play against is saving everything? He's from UMass Lowell, which is essentially a prison.
What are you talking about?
Oh, UMass Lowell is terrible, awful.
It is?
It is? I think it's,
I don't
unless they advertise, then it's great.
I didn't know that. Is that right?
Pretty sure they do.
Connor Hellebuck's an amazing
then I take it back. It's fantastic area to go to school.
It's like College of Charleston. It's beautiful.
There was a team for a while.
Did you ever play in that Lucic celebrity softball game? And you're like, dear Lord, I don't know if I'm going to make it out of here. And then you're like, there's a college?
Good school. With a very good goalie in the NHL, too. Mm-hmm. Yes, Connor Hellebuck.
Mm-hmm. But it's a trophy favorite.
What's wrong with the Bruins? They stunk again in the first period.
Yeah,
no excuse about getting to the All-Star break this time.
No,
this is bad.
No. They got going. I'm trying to find the they actually ended up playing a pretty good game, second and third. Their power play didn't come through for them, even though they created 6 power plays. It was good, but they couldn't finish one of those 3. They had 3 power play ops in the third, and they couldn't finish one off. They're I don't know. They're in a little bit of a conundrum right now because it's It was better last night, but it needs to get a lot. It needs to get a lot better.
Pasternak, okay. You had real concern.
I did have concern. I didn't love the way that he went off, almost like his shoulders kind of slumped.
Especially when you can't figure it out. It looked like maybe it was right knee, but then it seemed like upper body was bothering him. What was it?
No idea.
Oh,
but the good news, no, didn't. The good news is that he came back in the third. Obviously, actually had some nice jump in the third.
Yeah.
The other was concerned because you're talking about a monster of a man in Victor Hedman. Victor is he's a beast. I mean, he's 6'6", 240 something, and he moves so beautifully, so fluidly on the ice. But he finished Pasta with you wouldn't call it it wasn't anything dirty or anything. That's what's scary when you don't know, when you see the hip, you're like, what happened? Because it's something then that you say it didn't feel good, meaning watching from the outside in. And Victor is so big that the point of contact is all over the body.
I worry about the ones that are like full stop, where it's like they're either up against the boards or something comes to a grinding halt.
Yeah.
They kind of went along the boards there for a minute. I'm like, okay, there wasn't that like one big impact moment where you say that's where it happened.
Right. No, I know. That's why I'm saying. And immediately his kind of, he moved his body awkwardly, and then he went right off the ice. Usually when a player goes right off, that's when you're saying, oh, boy. But, we didn't overreact, but we had concern for it, and we were, I guess, like a lot of Bruins people, waiting to see, holding the breath a little bit, and he did come back, which obviously was great. The Bruins coming back from down 2 was nice. The shootout thing, look, the goal was, when I say a fluke, I mean, Olmark made the save on point, and then he actually ended up batting it back towards the net. I mean, overall, it was a much better
with his
game.
Own blocker.
I think it was either blocker or his paddle of the stick, one of the two coming back in. It may have been like the inside part of the blocker end. Listen, you come back from down 2. The first goal obviously wasn't great. All right, we've barely said that this year. I do like the fact that the Bruins, they ended up controlling a fair amount of the game at 5-on-5, which, again, finding pauses. But you've had 2 clunkers coming out of the break at home.
I was at one of them. Oof.
No. That was
Saturday.
Saturday was awful.
I was there.
Oh, you were. Sorry. Yeah, that was not fun.
I didn't trouble you.
Thank you. I wasn't there either. I was in Secaucus again because that was an ABC game.
Oh,
so,
nice.
That's right. That's why it was.
Yeah,
but how do you explain that? They looked so terrible 3 games, and that one great game.
I know
Vancouver.
you won't like this, and I'm not saying you personally. How do you explain it? I know you can say the first game coming out of the break. They're on this homestand here, and they seem to have less of a demonstrative focus, I guess, in the battle level. Now, Jim Montgomery talked about it. It was unacceptable after that game, which I liked. And, the players are going to be more calm about it. They're the ones out there. But the coach, you've got only so many times you can really call your team out, and he did there. How do you explain it? Every team is going through this stuff still. They are. And, they were so good going into the break. Coming out of it, maybe they're having a hard time getting focus back. I felt like they got focus back last night.
I thought it was good they came back from 2 goals.
I
did got
too.
a break. But when you said you had something you didn't like, I thought you were going to point to a window. Because those are his nemesis.
Wallach, here's something you won't like. It's a cat.
Oh, sorry.
See, because I'm an eagle. I'm a bird, Billy.
Oh,
so that's birds don't like cats and windows. They crash into them. See, so
They don't crash into cats.
Cats
eat them.
Cats eat them. You see, but birds crash into windows. So that's why that is happening.
Here's something you won't like, Wallach. Sylvester. He's right up on the TV right now.
See, Billy.
Okay.
I mean,
Suffering succotash.
Billy, you might open up your door one day and your cat might put Wallach in front of you like it's a gift.
I don't know why you're looking at me. I have no idea.
I'm just
but it breaks the 2 of them up like you wouldn't believe. Look at them.
I don't even know what I'm laughing at.
See? I don't think they do either.
Well, I know what I'm laughing
But
at.
you got to go to break.
But be careful, because then your cat, make sure he's up to date on his shots. Because he could have the rabies. All right. Thank you, Billy.
Good to see you, Billy.
Billy's on NESN, and he does the Morning Brew podcast.
See, because I'm a bird, and that's a window. You see? And eagles and birds crash into windows because they're not aware.
Leather-clad arms.
Not aware.
Get right on
windows, you think you can fly straight through, but you can't see because it's a window.
No, but if you hold out your arm and you put your... And you also can keep them on your roof.
And that's a perch joke. don't hear that too much either.
I
Well, no,
often
it's
leave
more
this,
of
I leave
an
this
eight.
show confused a lot. This is included.
Here's something you won't like, Wally. He just takes 2 eggs, smashes them on the counter.
Mom, Dad.
Why'd you abort those things? You know, Mike Tyson keeps calling him. He loves him. When Mike Tyson was a boy, he used to try to keep John on his roof.
See, because Billy, birds don't like cats. That's a big
Well,
problem.
you'll keep going back to that, but the Tyson joke is
Now
that he kept pigeons
now we're
as a
talking
kid.
about pigeons.
Because he kept pigeons as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I lost you there. Mike Tyson kept pigeons in
That's
coops.
on me, Fred. I'm sorry.
But then when he went to Customato's place, he didn't have them anymore. So you're safe out there. All right. Thank you, Billy.
See ya.
We'll get to our email segment in just a moment. I've had to pee this whole time. So I don't want to be rude, but I have to leave to go urinate. Oh, geez, Louise, I got to read. All right, here we go.
BackstageCountry.com, your online home for all things country music. Wondering who made our list of the top 5 all-time queens of country music? Did Carrie Underwood make the cut? Find out now when you text Queens to 45911 and scroll through the list on BackstageCountry.com. Text Queens to 45911 to see the talented artists who rounded out our top 5 list.
It's the all-new Dodger and Hardy
Whatever, man.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You know, I got an idea for a bit. The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
Hey, it is the email segment, and people are really into it. I'll tell you, because I got a lot of good ones, and people are very into Hardy.
You want me to start?
No, I got a million of them,
Okay.
quick ones,
All right,
quick
good.
hitters, and you got them too.
Yeah.
Nick says, John really liked that pool line because birds love bird baths.
Yes.
And people are saying my dog has a glandular problem. Nick says, can we get someone to reroute French fries at thebeach.gov to @KenGriffeyRules on Twitter, like scalebreakers.com reroutes to Joe Murray's Twitter? Wouldn't that be interesting? Because John would eat the fries at the beach as he is a bird.
As much as Joe Murray, and I don't know this to be the case, but the joke is he loves the idea of scale breakers as much as Wallach would love the idea of French fries at the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You eating French fries at the beach specifically because you could go steal them.
That's right. And just pluck them right out of your hand.
John's thinking this is getting very old. I can tell he's not offended by it so much as he's bored by it.
Yeah, and let me set your mind at ease right now, Wallach. It's not getting old. It's perfect.
You guys seem to love it, so that's fine.
Well, coming up with new scenarios, and the more inside the bird thing is, the more weird it is. Like Tyson keeping you as a child.
Billy was mystified by the whole thing.
Well, Billy,
you
is
hating
mystified by a lot of
windows.
it.
See, the
People
window.
think like Billy hates us, but you don't understand. Like Billy doesn't want to leave. Billy wants to hang out.
That's true.
Like Billy doesn't want to leave.
Billy's
Like that. The reason that
inside the
intro
house.
played for so long is because Hardy and I were talking to Billy that whole time. This is from Craig. Fred, I asked Brandon Merriweather the same question a couple years ago on the air, but it might be fun to revisit with Hardy. Hypothetical. You have to have sex with 2 women. Now, this is not demeaning women in any way. It's just a hypothetical. You have to have sex with 2 women whose weight equals 500 pounds between them. How would you divide that weight and have sex with the 2 women? He goes, I will send another hypothetical each week if you enjoy them.
That's easy. I feel like that's not even a question. It's 250. Twins. Let's go.
And the twins.
That's right.
Because ideally, say they both had beautiful faces and wonderful, sparkling personalities.
Sure.
The idea is that you could be with one very, very attractive one and then just kind of suck it up for the... I don't know, a Rubenesque woman, if proportioned the right way, can be very exciting online.
I think 500 is a bit much, though, and it stretches the... Like, how would you do that? I think 400 is a better conversation.
500 makes you think a little bit more, Hardy. I think 500 makes you think just a little bit more because people look at you and like plain Jane. I want the 125-pound flat-chested one. That would be your preference.
I have emails getting to that. I'll tell you though, is that if you hit me on the internet right, a heavy woman proportioned the right way can be quite arousing.
Did you see the mixed martial
I'm not
artist?
lying to you.
Have you stumbled across a certain thumbnail you've been made aware
I would
of?
prefer, how about this? A beautiful, full-figured woman above just some olive oil type. I enjoy women.
Hear that, ladies?
Single and ready to mingle.
Did you see the...
That's not what I said. Freddie T, how does it feel to be right so often? You nailed the Romo thing. He absolutely blows. All these jabronis around you questioning your greatness and besmirching you should demand some satisfaction. The email segment is great. Nice to see Nick, and then it goes on, and I don't know what it says. And it's from Sam, who's great.
Just back to your Rubenesque women, there was a Bellator champ named Johnny Eblin who took an OnlyFans model on an $85,000 shopping spree. And I saw the story on TMZ Sports, so I investigated a little bit, and she is one of these models, Fred, that you don't understand. It's the very large rear
that's
end.
just disgusting.
Yeah, and apparently the guy has a girlfriend, but she's cool with him, being so into this OnlyFans model that he took her shopping, and they went to like 3 stores and spent $85,000, purses, shoes, stuff like that.
Now, so that's his thing, is that he wants to spoil her.
Yes.
Okay. So he gets off on spending a lot of money on this plus-size model.
Yes. And they went to BJ's. They bought a bunch of Charmin because there's just so much work to be done.
So if you understand and you say, Fred, that's awful, why would you say she's disgusting? She's just overweight. That's not what I'm saying, is that she has got a cartoonish, gigantuan ass that has been medically altered.
Yes.
And I don't understand the love of butts. Again, it's the most disgusting part of men and women. It's where the duty comes out. Ben says, Fred and Hardy, I have excluded Wallach so I don't run the risk of being ignored. I have some great potential celebs for you to compare. Fred, Carmen Electra, or Pamela Anderson. I don't mean to make all these emails are about women. I'm just giving what the audience wants. Carmen Electra. I would gladly, obviously, make love to either of them. Neither of them would have me. But the problem with Carmen Electra is, I told Hardy this off the air, I've seen Dennis Rodman naked. Carmen Electra was on the Stern Show talking about Dennis Rodman. Howard asked her about the obvious thing, and she said, no, it's normal. So I don't think Carmen Electra would have any interest in me. Hardy, Emma Stone or Emma Roberts?
I think Emma Stone on that one. I'm trying to think
Emma Stone, if you like her, she's nude like there's nobody's business in this film I saw the other day. It's a good movie. It's Oscar bait, and she's nude in it a lot, like topless a lot. A lot of sex scenes.
Yeah, I don't care for that.
Poor Things is what it's called. And it's considered like an Oscar-y movie.
Emma Roberts might be the best example of an actress that I know, but I think I've seen one thing that she's been in.
See, I've never seen these actresses in anything, and I've seen like 100 things she's been in, but I go to the movies almost every weekend now.
Okay, I'm looking at the list of movies for Emma Roberts right now. There's one movie I think I've seen her in.
Superbad.
Was she in Superbad?
She was in one of those.
We're the Millers is the one I've seen her in.
Really?
That's it.
What else has she been in?
I mean, and again, she's like too young in that for me to have those thoughts.
Emma Stone, red hair?
No, Emma Roberts, I mean.
Oh, I don't know who Emma Roberts is. Wally,
yeah,
Big
Emma
Bird
Stone,
or
Emma
Sam
Stone,
the Eagle?
What's that?
Big Bird or Sam the Eagle?
I think Sam the Eagle.
So you go.
It's obvious.
So you go. You like men and women.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys got?
Go ahead, Wallach.
I have nothing specific. You just read all the stuff. That
John,
was
you are so.
What do you want from me?
So not good at this.
You
segment.
have the same emails I have.
I have one here. John and Freddie T. Adam 12 was an excellent guest. He didn't even address me. Adam 12 was an excellent guest. I would love to hear him more on the show. Johnny boy, stick that beak into the conversation. I don't want to be a heel, so let's just squish this in the dog food, said like tattoo or raccoon if you're Freddie T. Maybe they draft Marvin Harrison and wait for Arch Manning in 2026. That's Tom in San Antonio.
Arch Manning hasn't even played any college football. He's not even starting for Texas. Arch Manning there's plenty of kids that were the number 1 overall recruit that ended up not playing in the NFL. Let's not go crazy about Arch Manning. And Arch Manning, oof.
And you were addressed in this email. I got it too. Hey, guys, very small change, but I feel like it would have an impact. Like Nick Gemelli's giant tank ass on the ground every step he takes. When the intro is the guy from Machine, now technically guy from Bianchi, say, welcome to the show. Why not add a new sound clip everyone loves, you sweet bitch, right after? And I believe that has been requested. I think we are going to update the intro if you are listening at the early morning hours of the show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we will. I think we will take that advice to heart and maybe already have made moves in that direction.
John, there's got to be something slagging on me for making fun of you. You come out with...
No, there really isn't. That's the thing. People are on your side today. Sorry. People on your side today.
You won them over.
Let's see. Yeah, that's right. I have a weird one. I have one weird poem that just got sent to me. Roses are red, violets are blue. Today I choose to worship the circle, not the heart, for today is the start of National Ferris Wheel Day. That's
sure that wasn't sent to Paul Harvey?
Yes. Jimmy.
Today's National Ferris Wheel
Day. Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Are you just reading like the spam PR emails now?
No. All right, here's one.
Would you like to talk to Bob Evans about
Bridget? I got one. This one from James. Bridget Monahan or Tara Reid?
Please. Bridget, get out of here. Bridget Monahan. It's got to be. You got to love her.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Just watched her again the other day in Clear and Present Danger with Ben Affleck.
I've never seen her in a movie. I only know her as Tom Brady's the woman that he left after she had a child.
Oh no, it's not Clear and Present Danger. It's the nuclear bomb one. What's that one? It's a Jack Ryan movie.
I thought that was Clear and Present
Airplane.
Danger.
Sum of All Fears. Thank you, Dan O'Brien.
Okay.
I've never seen Bridget Monahan in a movie. I have no idea who she is. The only way I know her is her link to Tom Brady.
Oh, she's a wonderful actress, and I think you'd enjoy that film.
Yeah.
Maybe we should watch it together.
Tom Brady, otherwise known as the man who cucks Ben Affleck in the Dunkin' commercial. And I got a Dunkin' read right here.
Oh, are you going to talk about them tracksuits and bucket hats and all the stuff that they're selling now?
No, they're really leaning into the cuck thing. That Lopez says, Tom, you stay, when her beau leaves the room.
I not only saw it, noticed it, but read about it too. Everyone else picked up on that also.
Yeah. All right. Well, I love Duncan, so here we go. We'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
BackstageCountry.com, your online home for all things country music. Lainey Wilson is on a roll. She's delivering great music and teaming up with some of country's hottest acts. Text Lainey to 45911 to see which 4 Lainey Wilson collabs have us talking at BackstageCountry.com. Text Lainey to 45911 to get a link to the list sent right to your phone from BackstageCountry.com.
On the air, online, on the air. This is how Boston sports fans start their day. Toucher and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub. We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
Hey, it's Toucher and Hardy. This hour is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more with FanDuel. It's interesting. Jimmy Stewart was in here at 10:30 yesterday, and he brought in a package, and he handed it to Wallach. And in there was 3 Revolution jerseys with our names on the back. And John got his. It said Wallach, and it was a large. Hardy got his. It said Hardy. It was an extra large. And I got mine, and it said Toucher, and it was a double extra large. So, there was a reason for it. They thought that
you're a great big fat body.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like
you're enormous.
They were like, you're big. You're hugely fat. You're a double XL fat. And that's just not true.
You've lost weight. Lost a lot of weight.
And putting some weight back on.
Yeah, I think he found it.
Okay.
Hey, come on. We're going to insult each other's bodies?
No. I wore my my Revs jersey today just because I was so excited, to be supporting the team. And
I thought you had to use.
crest.
I thought you had an emergency and had to use what you originally wore to wipe, and then you were forced to put that on today because it's rare that you'll see someone put a jersey over a long sleeve shirt and insist upon it on that much.
I was so cold this morning. Oh, it was chilly.
That extra layer that soccer
Yeah,
uniform provides.
I need to wear this shorts. I need to wear this short sleeve shirt so badly.
Now I'm warm.
That it's going to be so much form over function.
The long sleeve shirt, I wasn't warm. Now I put that rail thin soccer jersey on.
And I can tell you what, if he wears something under it, he could use that double extra large.
Let me tell you something.
If we're going to insult each other's bodies.
No, I
thought we agreed was off limits.
Yes, in our pre-show meetings.
Well, when this show was, I said the last show with body shaming. I said my last co-host. I said it. You know what I came out and said? I said it was a hostile work environment.
Because of all the body shaming that was going on?
Yeah, I came in, I started slamming the table.
Yes.
I took my phone out. I said, you don't believe me? Listen to this person.
Right.
I go, this is a hostile work environment.
I
thought we'd agreed that you would stop making fun of my body.
I forgot about the agreement, and I apologize.
My nipples are off limits. That you can't call me salami nips anymore. And this was before the show even started. I said, Hardy, stop with the making fun of me. He goes, you got a hairy back, salami nips.
That was the best rhyme ever in all of the 98 miles was when you did the diss track on Adolfo and used pepperoni nips, fudge upon your lips.
Well, the thing that made me think that you might be suitable if I ever needed another guy to co-host with me was when we had Joe Murray and we were just calling him fat. And Joe was like, just keep it going. Keep calling me fat. And there was this moment of silence because I know callers were calling him fat. And there was this moment of silence, and Hardy just goes, "You're a fatty boombalatti."
I said, I don't remember. And we'd gone away from it for a second. We had gone away from it for a second. We're like, that's enough already. And we started talking about sports, and I said, well, just like Fatty 2x4 said a minute ago.
Oh, yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah. Fatty 2x4 can't get through the kitchen door. I think you said it, that the Bruins have played better.
Anyway, so I said that might be okay to make fun of other people, but I don't want any of this.
No. Fred, I want to get to this list because, above all things, I love a rom-com, a romantic comedy movie. Now, Variety put out their list of the 50 most romantic movies of all time for this Valentine's Day, but it's like Casablanca's number one.
I liked Casablanca.
Of course it is.
Okay, that's fine.
But
there's
a good movie.
I did like it.
There's other movies on that list that just don't do it for me, and there's 50 of them, so I thought it'd be more fun to try and guess. Just give me one or two of the
I guarantee I
best
like them.
romantic comedies of all time. There are only 14 of them on this list.
Well,
you should be able to get at least one or two.
Well, I'll tell you, Rob Reiner one time got a couple kids together, and he said, let's make a love letter to fall in New York City.
There you go. When Harry Met Sally is number 2 on this list of Variety's most...
I said, find me a nice little sweatered guy.
Actually, I take that back. It's all the way down at number 4. Wallach.
He had that beard, though, in the fall.
Yeah, he did.
So masculine.
Best rom-coms of all time, Wallach?
Harry Met Sally, you used that one. I bet you know what? I bet you they go outside the box. I bet you they go Brokeback Mountain. I bet you they do.
Yeah, because that's real. That's a real
not
comic.
a comedy.
That's
I mean,
a real. That's a real
I bet you it's on that
romp.
list.
No,
it's not a comedy.
It is. I bet you it's on the list.
It's not. I'm going to guess it's not.
No?
No.
I thought romantic. No.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I never saw the movie, so I never saw it.
It does sound like it might be a slapstick with the Brokeback. He does slip on a banana peel, and that's how they fall in love.
No,
he nurses him back to health after he falls down. Misery.
I've seen the movie, and I can accurately say there is not one chuckle in the entirety of Brokeback Mountain. It is on the other list, though, and it does come in at number 10 of the just romantic movies of all time. But these are rom-coms.
All right.
Okay.
Rom-com that people liked, singing into a spatula montage. romantic comedy.
Yeah.
The one with the lady in Britain with Hugh Grant.
There you
Bridget
go.
Jones's Diary. I never saw it.
4 Weddings and a Funeral, as long as we're talking Hugh Grant. That
Be
is
Real
number
says
5.
Wallach thinks Philadelphia is a courtroom caper.
Notting Hill. How about that? How about
Notting Hill should be on there. It is not.
We reference Notting Hill an awful lot on this show.
Something's Got to Give. Jack Nicholson and
never saw it.
Diane Keaton is on the list.
Oh, she's old.
Philadelphia Story, number 9, never saw it. Bridget
saw
Jones' Diary, number 10. Crazy Rich Asians, number 11.
I saw that.
Bull Durham, number 12. Making it as a rom-com. Harold and Maude, which everybody pretends to like.
I own that digitally and have never watched more than the first title sequence.
It's like 70s weird.
Yeah, like it's about a very, very old woman and a very, very young man.
Number 1, a movie that I enjoy very much. I do not think of it as a romantic comedy. Broadcast News with my Whoopi Albert Brooks. I do love me some Albert Brooks, but I do not think of that as a rom-com.
Wait, how is that a romantic comedy?
The story of 3 hard-driving TV news hounds whose private and professional lives intersect somehow works as both an old-school romance and an acute dissection of journalistic ethics. That's how, Fred.
She likes William Hurt over what's his face?
Yeah, but until he
Taxi Driver.
That's right.
Correct?
Albert Brooks is in Taxi Driver. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that another one?
Yes.
Serpico.
Another romantic.
If we're just going to say movies.
Another romantic comedy.
That was a movie, too.
Brokeback Thank you. Zoe just
They gave me a
complimented
double
on
extra large on the account of me being a big old sack of crap.
No crossover today, huh?
No, he just came and left.
Okay. All right.
Nice of him to come in.
Have you watched the Albert Brooks documentary, Fred?
No, but I'm familiar with his career. He did those shorts for the original Saturday Night Lives.
You would love that documentary. I think it's called Defending My Life, which is a take on his movie Defending Your Life. But it talks about his...
You know how I know when he was a kid that he got that he got Carl Reiner like to die laughing, right? When he was doing a magic trick behind, and he was like the world's worst magician.
Yeah, and I mean, that story is funny, but you would just enjoy the way he prepared bits to go on talk shows early on, because he wouldn't rehearse anything. It's like, I have an idea where I'm going to be an animal trainer, but the animal doesn't show up. And he would just rehearse it by himself in his bathroom and then go on Mike Douglas or go on the Smothers Brothers and just do it for the first time in front of a national TV audience. And other comics are like, nobody would do that. Only Albert Brooks would even attempt to do stuff like that.
It could be argued that is the best way to be creative, is that if you want me to be serious for a moment, is that you come up with an idea and then you almost let your subconscious do the work. That is actually, if you read Rick Rubin's book on creativity, that is a way that can be processed.
But
sometimes over-preparing is too much preparation.
You have to read that book barefoot, though, with candles burning.
Yeah. And then you got to go, I'm vegan. Then you go, but why are you so overweight? I'm sorry to John. I'm sorry that Hardy hurt you today. He's been really overly cruel.
Yeah.
All right. They go in?
I don't know.
Well,
He did not go in. He
all
missed.
right. Well, you make that into something.
Okay.
All right. Hi, Scott.
Hi, you got a dog problem, huh?
I don't have a dog problem. I have a crappy dog.
That's a dog problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's my problem. It's going to be
Pretty
around.
much.
I'm not giving him back. And
You buy another one.
yeah, I'll just get another crap dog and double
Whoops,
it up.
Ran away. Don't know where it went, kids.
No. One time I was in this like radio war with the guy, and that dumbass went on the air and talked about how he gave his dog back, and it was just like, wow, you just want people to hate you.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a one-way ticket for people really not liking you.
Don't do that.
Nope. I saw your dog yesterday.
He was on.
He's very cute.
He's a nice dog.
And he was sitting on your lap and not bothering you.
Oh, he'll bug you.
Yeah, but he was. You don't understand. If I put my dog on my lap, it would have a conniption fit like the legs you've never seen. It like a loving way.
So you have a spaz.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's all you got to get one of them little fat ones.
Yeah. I'm trying to fatten him up. All right.
Yep.
Very, very good.
His joints to ache to the point where he doesn't want to be walking.